So, OnLive is shutting down, finally. After 5 years of service, OnLive thanks everyone, blah, blah, blah. I won't deny that OnLive was the first to really, take the plunge and jump onto the cloud gaming thing, even when it didn't really seem like it was ever going to make sense. And I've been a big critic of it, and I was hoping to do sort of a partnership with them, which we did begin, and sort of tell everybody, hey, it's better now, but it really was not better. And so I've been putting it off and putting it off, and I guess now I don't have to tell you that it's not better because it's gone. But just one surprise announcement in this announcement is that Sony has purchased OnLive. The exact phrase that OnLive used is that Sony is acquiring the important parts of OnLive, and their plans don't include a continuation of the game service in its current form. Your service should continue uninterrupted until April 30th. No further subscription fees will be charged. I feel bad for people that just got charged recently. And your service should continue uninterrupted. Yeah, you can continue to play all of their games until that date. So,
Of
yeah.
course.
Yep, of course. See, one of the bad things about OnLive is you had to pay to be a member of it, and then you had to pay for your games on top of that. And you never actually owned anything, you're just paying for the right to stream it. So, what do you think about Sony buying this? Do you think they're going to use this for part of PlayStation Now? And do you think it's going to be put to good use or silly use? Or what's your reactions to this, Doge?
Maybe some sort of PlayStation Now in a way. I mean, there's a lot of different, things they could do with this service, as it's not technically a bad service. I mean, anyone I ever talked to that ever used it said they thought it was pretty decent for the most part, even though there wasn't necessarily the widest range of games available. And you could probably stream like what Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. And like you said, you never really own them. You could just like I think it was more like a rental type service in a way.
Yeah, the pricing structure was a little whack, though. Like, you would pay to be a member per year, and then you'd have to pay like $45 to access one game. And then as they came closer and closer to bankruptcy, they kept making the prices cheaper.
But now it doesn't matter because all that digital space in the cloud is now gone, and anything you ever bought is.
What everybody feared.
This is why people don't like, well, I wouldn't say it's necessarily digital games. This is cloud games.
Right. Like PS Now.
Yeah, like that. Well, those, I don't think you can buy, that's more of a rental service in general. I don't think you can buy games on PS Now.
True.
But let's say, I mean, they'll probably, I don't know if they'd ever make that an option though, because it would probably be cheaper than buying the games digitally, and digital on consoles is more expensive than digital on PC. Digital on PC is pretty cheap compared to on consoles.
Yeah, it really
At least in
is.
my experience. That's why I just buy physical games, because you can like look up I don't know, Halo Master Chief Collection on Amazon right now is $37 and on console it's 60. Infamous
Still?
Second Son on console it's 60. And then Infamous Second Son's $40, but on Amazon it's $15.
Wow.
So yeah, they're ripping people off technically
Right.
based on physical game prices being way cheaper for console games. So
With PS Now, I feel like they just need to live up to their promise and allow like something where you say, okay, I'll pay yearly for PS Now, and you get like a certain amount of games, mostly probably first party games, but which you can play for free. And if they don't, that's kind of what everybody was waiting for, and then they never did it. They just stuck with the, renting each game individually, and then people feel like their prices are too high, and then they came out with some kind of subscription fee, but it was just a little bit too much and didn't really make sense of what games were offered. And I don't know. Hopefully, them buying out OnLive can turn out to be a good thing, but I really have no idea what their intentions are. This kind of popped up out of the blue. I'm gonna
and there was a lot of just popping out of the blue news today from what I saw.
true, true. So, any final thoughts on this cloud OnLive dying out, and I kind of predicted this too. And I hate when I am right about things that are negative. But if you look up my name, John Ireson, and you look up OnLive, you'll find me talking about what is the future for OnLive, and I basically was like, "There's no future."
Should type in John Ireson Dice.
That'll be a fun read. But yeah, 5 years ago today, I predicted this, and it's sad to see them
I
go in
I
a way.
predicted it too, but I
A lot of people probably did. I'm not trying to, act like I'm Nostradamus over here, but I
are
think
you?
we all saw this coming. Maybe in a past
Yes.
life I was, but we all saw this coming. And it's kind of sad to see them go, but it's kind of not because they were just sort of taking people's money, and we knew that this was going to happen eventually. Like they gave me free access like 3 or 4 times, all the different sites I've been at, and it had lag issues. It had issues like where it would require so much computer power that you might as well just play the game anyways. When it was first like, oh, you can play games your computer can't handle, and then they were like, well, you kind of need good parts though, and it's like, well, then what's the point? And so they had a lot of issues they never really figured out, and Sony's probably not going to use this for PC games. So hopefully this purchase ends up being a good thing and helps Sony develop their console cloud or whatever they want to do, or maybe they'll just use all the servers for PSN, or I don't know, who knows? Something to hopefully improve the mess that PSN it often is. Come on, Sony, get your act together. You're just buying around.
Especially how is superior their competitors' online services compared to theirs.
Yeah, you just go around buying stuff willy nilly. Now put it to good use already. Not just PS Now
No, no
for.
wonder that they're in big financial trouble.
Well, I hope that this helps them and not hinders them and slows them down on their efforts. So,
That's a little known fact too. Most people don't know they're in financial trouble.
well, every company in this planet is in financial trouble. It's irrelevant,
Well, except for Apple.
except
Just
for
kidding.
except for Apple because they rape and eat babies.
Yeah, and Microsoft, because they do the same thing.
Nah, they're definitely in trouble too. They haven't made a profit on anything in a long time. That's why they reshuffled the whole company and fired like 300,000 people last year. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. OnLive is gone. Rest in peace. Pee on your grave a little bit. You weren't that bad, but you weren't that good either. So, peace.